Okay, next up, last but certainly not least, we're going to get a little serious to end out the show. And I mean, I must be honest, I don't know, like, I think Misty and I are both on the same page on this. We don't know, like, a ton about this, but we hear about it on the news, you know a little bit about it. You have an opinion on this, on gun control laws. They're changing laws. You know, there's a tragic thing that happened in Connecticut, which we're all very saddened by, and our heart goes out to all the families of the children. It's so sad. And now they're taking into effect some law changes on gun control. My personal opinion is that people will do bad things regardless of the laws. Just like drugs, you know, cocaine is illegal, but people find a way to be crackheads and, you know, drug addicts, etc. So I'm not sure that changing laws is going to change things all that much. What are your views on this?
Well, I agree, Johnny. I feel like the plans that President Barack Obama wants to put in place are a great start. It's a great start, but I feel it starts within us, and for us to change and change how we teach our children. And guns to me aren't what's bad. They're not. But what's bad to me and what's dangerous is the ideas and the motives that are inside of the mental psyches, which are inside of the people holding the guns. I think that's what's dangerous. The intentions of people who have access to guns.
So do you think that it should be more difficult for people to get guns? Is that what you're saying? Or do you think we shouldn't have guns at all?
I think that it's important it starts with us. Like, I feel like young children and adolescents should be taught, not only by their schools, not only by their caregivers, but by their parents, to love and to know that they themselves as individuals are loved and important, and their ideas and thoughts are very important. But it's also important to teach them to worry and care about the perspective of other people and to have empathy for others. And corporal punishment is not good. When you discipline a child and then you put into place mental, physical, or social emotional abuse, all that leads to is resentment, anger, fear, and rebellion. And when you mix, and those things, types of treatment that children get, they mess up your psyche, and you can develop mental, social, emotional issues from that. Now, when you mix those feelings of resentment and hurt and anger, and then you put into place violent video games, and then a little bit of the mix comes in with mental issues that are genetic, that's a recipe for disaster. We need to give our children preventive discipline that'll help them and prevent them from doing things that are harmful to themselves or to others in the future. And when you tell a kid, don't do something, this is wrong, do this, explain to them why it's wrong, explain to them why they should be doing what they should be doing or not doing what they should be doing. And it's just so important.
And I think that we have to lead by example.
Yes.
Rather than just, like you said, telling somebody, because we could all tell, but they're not gonna, people, you know, kids don't necessarily do what we tell them, they do what they see.
Right, we model for them.
Right, so it's like, you could say don't smoke cigarettes, but if your kid sees you smoking cigarettes all the time, you know, even unconsciously, they're gonna wanna be like you. You know what I mean?
They need that consistent education and communication.
I mean, honestly, I don't know how much I can blame video games and movies only because I've seen a lot of violent movies.
Right.
I've seen, you know, even as a kid, I saw some crazy movies. And I've never been a violent person. And I think there are millions of people like that who play video games that aren't violent.
Right.
So I think that blaming the product, you know, blaming the movies and the video games is a cop-out, I think.
Yeah.
Because that starts with you as a parent. You need to do your job as a parent. And if somebody has mental problems, you need to take them to go get help. They need to be in an institution. You need to recognize, because there's clues to this there are clues. There was clues to this kid going out and shooting people.
Yes.
You know what I mean? People didn't act on the clues, but they had to be there.
Right.
Because nobody just wakes up that's normal, or quote unquote normal, and goes and kills people. So,
yeah, mental health definitely needs to be taken more seriously.
Yes.
And I love that President Barack Obama, he wants to put more educators and counselors into the schools to help the children as well.
Mm-hmm.
And he's proposing, well, it's said that he's seeking $10 million to fund studies that bring information and learning and knowledge on the origins of gun violence and the causes of it, and its correlation with video games and ideas and things that are displayed by the media. Do you guys feel like there's a direct correlation between violence in the world to violent video games or images portrayed by the media?
I don't agree with that. Because a lot of people, it's like, that's like taking a cop out.
Mm-hmm.
Like when people be like, oh, I seen it on TV. So no. Just as you see, we've been seeing stuff on TV
right.
forever, since I was a kid, since our parents were kids. It's not a matter of that. It's a matter of you're bored and you have nothing to do with your life. So you live in a fantasy world, again, with the mental, with the psyche. Mm-hmm. That.
And don't you think that some people are so they see themselves as a victim? So they blame everybody else for their problems. It's like, oh, I'm going to go shoot these people because it's their fault that my life is bad. It's their fault that things are the way they are.
And that comes from their upbringing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.